Good evening and welcome to NewsBREAK Live. I'm Hiba Samad. Thanks for joining us. President Donald Trump ordered flags to fly at half-staff in honor of Senator John McCain. In a proclamation, President Trump says the flag of the United States should be flown at half-staff at the White House and all public grounds. Senator McCain died on Saturday in his home in Arizona at the age of 81 years old. He suffered from a malignant brain tumor, which he recently stopped receiving treatment for. McCain was a proud naval aviator who was a prisoner of war in Vietnam. There will be a memorial service in Arizona tomorrow, and then his body will lie in state at the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. this Friday. Members of the public will be able to pay their respects. Traffic was impacted today due to a street project. Commuters should anticipate much of the same through tomorrow. City contractors are installing traffic signal upgrades at Anza Avenue and Lamina Boulevard. Traffic lanes were shut down as crews work to convert the traffic signal to a left turn with a flashing yellow arrow. Tomorrow, the traffic signal will be turned off and temporary stop signs will control the intersection from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. until flashing yellow lights are activated. And with Labor Day weekend around the corner, Torrance police plans to ramp up enforcement. On Friday, there will be extra units out in full force looking for drivers under the influence. While there won't be specific checkpoints if you're participating in the holiday, remember not to drink and drive, designate a driver before you hit the road, or use a rideshare service altogether. And if you're traveling this weekend, some good tips to keep in mind for driving is to plan your route ahead of time. Always wear a seatbelt, leave early, allow appropriate travel time, and don't drive distracted. Southern California Gas Company announced today it's completed a $100 million project throughout the South Bay. SoCal Gas's 5-year project to modernize 13 miles of 3 high-pressure natural gas pipelines to enhance safety and reliability for nearly 375,000 residential and commercial gas customers is complete. Senior Director of the Safety Enhancement Plan says the natural gas system pipelines are the arteries that keep affordable and clean energy flowing across the communities. The areas includes Torrance, Redondo Beach, and Hawthorne, to name a few. The pipeline replacement project is part of SoCal Gas's Pipeline Safety Enhancement Plan, which is a multi-billion-dollar program that tests and updates the natural gas pipeline infrastructure in Southern California. They also upgraded 20 valves along the project's route. SoCal Gas invests in modernizing its natural gas system to deliver reliable energy while keeping bills affordable for customers. From 2011 to 2016, the company invested nearly $6 billion to upgrade and modernize its natural gas system, and it had the second lowest average bills in the nation among gas utilities. The city of Torrance welcomes a top-ranked cancer care facility to the region. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held at the new City of Hope South Bay facility this week. The state-of-the-art center is 25,000 square feet and occupies 2 floors of a newly constructed medical office building owned by Provinceville Company of Mary Medical Center. Together, the facilities will collaborate to advance cancer care by working in alignment to bring the latest diagnostics, treatments, and clinical trials. The facility offers top-notch surgical radiation and medical oncology with 20 exam rooms, infusion areas for chemotherapy patients, and 3 procedure rooms. The Cancer Center will also have a positive image center, which provides a safe, reassuring space for patients to learn how to minimize the cosmetic side effects of treatment through consultations with oncology-trained licensed cosmetologists. This is the first positive image center outside of its main campus in Duarte.
I think this is an amazing addition to the South Bay. City of Hope has been an icon in terms of cancer treatment for 100 years, and now we have the ability in the South Bay to be able to provide the same care that patients will receive in Duarte here, closer to home for many of our South Bay patients and families.
It's comprehensive in the sense that every facet of your treatment, every doctor, every nurse, they're all talking to each other. They all know about your case. so you're not being put in one office and no one knows what's going on. It's all comprehensive.
City of Hope was recently listed as one of the nation's best hospitals for cancer for the 12th consecutive year by U.S. News and World Report. City of Hope continues to expand with 30 locations throughout Southern California, and its newest center can be found at 5215 Torrance Boulevard at the intersection of Torrance and Palos Verdes Boulevards. A Torrance police sergeant is turning to the community for help to support his son. Sergeant James Walker and his wife Leslie Ann have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. But on August 15th, their worlds were turned upside down when they received devastating news about their 7-year-old son, Drake. He was diagnosed with DIPG, a terminal and aggressive tumor on his brainstem. They have created a GoFundMe page to help pay for treatment and take care of Drake's medical needs. The Walkers hope the money raised can ease some of the burden they face during this difficult time. Now, the goal is to raise $100,000. If you're able to help, visit GoFundMe.com/Drake Walker. If your trash pickup falls on Labor Day, remember to wait a day to put your bins out. For those with Monday pickup schedules, the City of Torrance will delay pickup until Tuesday. And when it comes to street sweeping, it may occur Tuesday through Thursday as streets are not swept on holidays. You can check the full trash pickup schedule at torranceca.gov. A popular costume store is open and ready for business, helping customers get a head start on Halloween shopping. Considered the largest and one of the most diverse Halloween stores in the nation, Spirit Halloween has opened its doors for the spooky season in Torrance. For 30 years now, Spirit Halloween has opened up its seasonal storefront along with more than 1,300 stores across the country. They sell a wide selection of costumes, masks, wigs, accessories, makeup, and decorations. They have accessories and apparel for kids, adults, and groups. Now, there are 64 days until Halloween. If you want to go shopping, they're located at Torrance Crossroads near Crenshaw Boulevard and PCH. A Japanese eyewear brand is opening its doors at the Del Amo Fashion Center this week. Expanding to the South Bay, Jins eyewear makes glasses on site in a matter of minutes. The ribbon cutting will be this Thursday with some exciting events. The grand opening will then be on Friday. Del Amo will mark its 4th shopping center location and is the 5th store in the United States. Jins Eyewear will provide 1,400 square feet of retail space and will house 720 styles of exclusive eyewear. The store will feature signature 30-minute glasses starting at $60 with lenses included. All frames include thin lenses, standard UV, and anti-glare coatings. For more information, go to jins.com. Jins Eyewear is located on the 2nd floor across from Din Tai Fung. Let's get to the weather today. There was a high of 76 degrees and expected low of 67 tonight. Then tomorrow there will be a high of 76, and on Thursday it will warm up to 77 degrees. A popular restaurant offering Mexican flavors is in the limelight. Frieda Mexican Cuisine, which is also located at the Del Amo Fashion Center, was on the latest cover of LA Dine-In Club. In the article, the chain restaurant is said to be hearty Mexican comfort food, offering rich flavors and a perfect combination of textures. They also noted that Frieda's tequila selection made is the first restaurant in Los Angeles to receive the Tea Certificate Award by the Tequila Regulatory Council of Mexico, which verifies they only serve tequilas that have passed all quality standards. After some tastings, one of their favorites was the ceviche dishes and the arrachera norteña. LA Dine Club is a magazine on Los Angeles culture, dining, clubs, drinks, and much more. You can check out Frieda on the Boulevard. It's located on the outside of the mall near Nordstrom. Rev Life Fitness celebrated their grand opening in Torrance. It's a leader in fitness and integrative health. Torrance City Cable reporter Abby Gremion has the story.
The grand opening of Rev Life here in Torrance is more than just a gym. It's integrating technology into health and wellness and beyond. At first glance, Rev Life has a cool, chic aesthetic and that new gym smell, but if you look closer, you'll see the difference.
We have 3 components to our gym. We have the open gym. All of our machines have tracking, tracks all your workouts, which in turn gets uploaded into our own app. We have group fitness, which includes strength machines as well, similar to Orange Theory, but a hybrid of that. And then also we have the comprehensive weight loss component to the gyms.
Most gyms offer some sort of weight loss component, but Rev Life's focus is on integrative medicine.
The demographics tell us that in this area there is a heavy influx of people on diabetes, and that we're going to try and work those people and get them healthier. We have our own line of nutrition, similar to Lindora.
But what sets this gym apart from all others is its focus on technology and accountability.
They wanted a comprehensive solution where you can actually track from the cardio machines to the strength machines. That's never been done before.
And if exercise is the doctor's order, you can go to this gym and your doctor can see your progress.
They've been asking for that, and it just hasn't been done in a seamless way yet. It's all about data and what you do with the data. It helps the member track their information, but you can also direct that information to your healthcare provider.
And that emphasis on technology is what makes it appealing to new members.
I think it just fits in with everything that in society we're doing. Everything's driven through our apps, everything's driven through our phones, and we're very data-minded. I think as a society we're really getting there. So I think this fits along that mindset of just having data at your fingertips and be able to really track your results.
But it's more than just the phrase. There's an app for that.
And some of the technology itself, how you add the weight, is all by pressure based. Like, it's very cutting edge. So something like this that's smaller, that I think I could just jump in there, quickly get a workout, and also kind of track my results would be very appealing to me.
So with everything from tracking, equipment, nutrition, and even food, Rev Life is blazing a new trail in the business of health and wellness. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Abby Grimion.
Thanks, Abby. For more information on Rev Life Fitness Center, you can visit their website at revlife.com. Californians are being urged to check their freezers and refrigerators for some meat that could get you sick. The grocery store giant Safeway says they're recalling more than 80 products from Albertsons, Safeway, Pack and Save, and Vaughn stores in 7 states, including California, due to E. coli contamination. The products are all contaminated ground beef processed at a Cargill Meat Solutions processing center. United States agriculture officials say the Colorado company is recalling more than 25,000 pounds of ground beef. The labels on the product says Excel 93/7 fine ground beef, which was produced August 16th with a September 5th expiration date. If you've purchased these products, you are asked to discard them or return them for a refund. E. coli symptoms includes dehydration, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. There are 2 Vaughn's locations in the city of Torrance. Well, in just 2 minutes, the director from the Western Museum of Flight, Cynthia Maka, joins me live to tell us all about the great museum and the events happening that take people back through history. We'll be back in just a few.
You can't sit here.
Don't add her to the chain.
It was just a joke. We're not friends.
Why are you talking to me?
He started it.
She's so gross.
Lame. Loser.
Weirdo.
I've said and done things before that I'm not proud of.
Just as I've been hurt by others.
The thing is, this is not who I am. And it's definitely not who I want to be.
I don't want to be cruel. I don't want to spread gossip.
I don't want to be a body shamer. I don't want to exclude anyone.
I don't want to make anyone feel lonely,
left out, hurt.
We have the power to be more.
We can create a kinder world.
It's not that hard.
We just need to stop.
Take a moment and consider others before we speak.
And before we act.
Be more.
Be more.
Be more.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live, and joining me is director from the Western Museum of Flight, Cynthia Maka. How are you tonight?
I'm great, thank you.
Thank you for stopping by and being on NewsBreak Live. And we're going to first start off by talking about the hidden gem, the Western Museum of Flight. Many people may not know that it even exists in Torrance. So talk to me about the mission.
Well, the mission is really to make available the aerospace industry legacy of Southern California and its roots here. I don't think people remember it's quickly become homogenized. So, like North American aviation is now under Boeing. So we want to tell that story about the visionaries and luminaries who made the industry great and made the economy great here in Southern California.
And for people who don't know, the Western Museum of Flight is located at the Torrance Airport, and there's no better place, I would say, for this museum to be, since there's so much happening in aerospace right here in Torrance and across the South Bay. So tell me about that and the tie that people make when they stop by the museum.
Well, I think when they enter, they're going to see artifacts and aircraft from the aerospace industry, airplanes that were built here in Southern California. So like the F-86 Saberjet, North American, a Korean War hero, the F-5A Freedom Fighter from Northrop, which is now Northrop Grumman. And you can sit in the cockpit, and it's fully loaded, complete aircraft, and the artifacts that accent each of the aircraft. So it's like a step back in time, but also a view to the future of the march of technology and innovation in the industry.
I want to talk more about the exhibits that continuously stop through the museum, because even though there are some that are always there, we have B-12 bombers and great aircrafts that literally are from World War II that make a stop in Torrance. But talk to me about how long this nonprofit institution, which is what it is, has been around for.
Well, we were originally inspired by Northrop Company when we were in Hawthorne and when Northrop Company was in Hawthorne. So our roots were there with the foundation, and I think it's probably been about 30 years. We made a nice soft landing here at Torrance Airport when we lost our lease at Hawthorne Airport. So we've been here about 12 years.
You did just talk to me a little bit about what people can expect when they visit. Is there anything you'd like to add to some of the aircrafts and exhibits that are available right now? What's yet to come? And maybe something about the Collins Foundation and their stop in Torrance yearly.
So every year the Collins Foundation comes by in April, and we're part of that with the B-17, B-25, B-24. They brought in a Skyraider last year and their Mustang. We also participate in the Armed Forces Day Parade. I harvest the pilots and warbirds to fly over the parade. And then we're working in conjunction with the Palos Verdes Concorde Elegance for vintage cars and vintage aircraft.
And I want to talk about that event because it is coming up, and it's the second year this great event is happening at the Torrance Airport, and it's allowing these vintage aircrafts to be able to be displayed. Usually they aren't. So can you give people a sneak peek about it, because tickets are on sale right now?
Right. We're going to be bringing in a P-38 Lightning, a very rare airplane. And also General Lyon of the Lyon Air Museum in Orange County, his beautiful C-47. And then we have a wide variety of aircraft, some from our collection and some from the local pilots of general aviation aircraft.
And the great part is people can become members of the museum. So I'll give you a chance to talk about the perks of becoming a member and how they can participate in some great events.
Sure. For $60 a year, you and a guest can visit the museum as many times as you like, and then attend our monthly celebrity lectures, which feature prominent aerospace industry visionaries, luminaries, and those who have served in the military as well.
How do you find the celebrity speakers to come to the Torrance, to the Western Museum of Flight Museum, excuse me?
Well, I made friends with a lot of the Northrop test pilots when I worked for Northrop Grumman. And so through the Society of Experimental Test Pilots, that's kind of a great resource. But a lot of times people will recommend someone. And I also do some research to find out about people.
Okay, and there's one that's coming up, so would you like to tell us about it?
Okay, Lieutenant Commander Hot Rod Kurtz. I love those call signs. He's an F-18 pilot. He had 2 tours in a Rocky Freedom.
Wow.
He's going to talk about that, and also a post-Navy career, flying as an adversary pilot in a Hawker Hunter and his ejection. So.
This lecture is one of many events that helps youth, adults learn more about history and aerospace. So talk to me about that and how it ties in with the mission.
Well, it ties in with the mission because once again, I don't think people remember everything that transpired here in Southern California that made it great and how it affected the economy. But also it instills in people, I think, a certain reverence for those who made such great strides in technology, like the Jack Northrops and the Flying Wing. I mean, that's one that's dear to my heart. So I think that's a great tie-in. And many of our members are aerospace industry, active employees and retirees.
That's wonderful. And there's another program that the museum participates in that you didn't mention, Beyond the Bell. Is that something you can talk to us about? Because I know the museum has been a very big supporter of STEM students from not only the Torrance Unified School Districts, but across Los Angeles County.
Yeah, we have a program called CLASS, Kids Love Aviation Science, and we've been working with LA Unified, especially every summer, for Title I schools. And so from Los Angeles, we bring the children. Sometimes we actually pay for the buses through grant money, but we have a 2-hour rotational tour where we break the kids into smaller groups. They get to sit in a supersonic jet cockpit. They get to explore general aviation cockpit. They learn about space and satellites. They learn some of the history of Lomita Flight Strip. And at the end of the program, we present them with a model, thanks to Boeing, so that they can take home their own F-18 model and build it. So that's a great perk. And it's a lot of fun. It's just good for everyone.
Talk to me about where the Western Museum flight is located for viewers who don't know where it is at the Torrance Airport.
To make it easy, we're very close to the control tower and the General Aviation Center, and across the street from the Mercedes-Benz dealership, if that helps.
Great. And people can just visit, right? So the visit is just like a donation. Is that what you guys call it?
It's a requested donation of $5, and we're open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 to 3.
Wonderful. Cynthia, tell me a little bit more about some of the great events that are coming up. Anything you can tell us a little bit about what you're hoping for the future of this museum?
Well, for the future of the museum, I'd like to see us be able to build a building to have a themed exhibition hall called California Wings, which would talk about the visionaries, the economy, the innovation in technology, and then the principles of flight, so children will have a better understanding of what they need to learn in school to prepare academically to join this industry. And one of the great things we've done, we're working on an exhibit thanks to the Norris Foundation of Women in Aerospace. And this is a real eye-opener for young girls to see the things that are available to them in the future.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit more. I know you mentioned some of the great aircrafts that are on display, and you told me about a lot of them. But in this day and age, the unmanned drones that you guys have, right?
Yeah, we have some UAVs from Radioplane Corporation, Ventura, which was part of Northrop. That's the early drone. I think the plane that most people come to see is a YF-23. It was Northrop's entry. It lost out to the F-22 Raptor built by Lockheed, but it was so stealthy, so fast without afterburner, very low observable cross-section. The beaver tail made it very maneuverable. It's just a beautiful airplane. People from all over the world come to see that airplane, of which there's only 2 since it's a prototype.
And I know in the past, a lot of the airplanes that called their home the Western Museum of Flight, sometimes they're even refurbished and taken care of at the museum. So tell me, what does it take to keep these aircrafts beautiful?
Manpower. And once we finish refurbishing and restoring one, we're ready to go on to the next. So we are looking for restoration volunteers, which is a specific skill in metalworking and then the painting aspect. But yes, because we have also the forerunner to the F-18, the YF-17, and there's only 2 of those prototypes that's currently ready for paint. So, and that'll be on display at the Concorde Elegance.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the Concorde that's coming up in September?
Oh, I think it's a great opportunity for families to come out and see. They'll get to board our F-5A Freedom Fighter and sit in the cockpit.
That's amazing.
They'll get to learn about, well, we're bringing out the Harrier as well, which is on loan from the California Science Center. That's one of our colleagues. We also have their T-38 Talon. We're bringing out our A-4 Skyhawk, so that's part of the Douglas legacy. So it's going to be neat, especially you'll see some beautiful warbirds like Darren Moore's beautiful P-51 Mustang.
Great. Yeah, a lot of vintage cars there as well, so it's going to be a great event. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the Western Museum of Flight?
I'd love for you to come by. I'd love for you to become a member, learn more about our programs. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Cynthia. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And if you missed any part of the show, you can catch it all on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. Have a great night.